A couple of months ago, we took part in the Bikc local finals at Leicester in the Heavyweight League and ended up having one of the best nights racing I've had at a Teamsport venue. Even though I didn't quite get the win, I still had a really good night and I wanted a bit more of it. So we've turned up at one of the Grid Series Heavyweight Leagues to try and take on the best heavyweights in Leicester to see how we can do. But will it just turn into an absolute carnage fest like normal team sport? Or will I end up doing a really good result with some clean racing? Let's find out.
Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another video where today we're at the company that... Nah, I can't say that, I was about to say I can't say that, can't. No! Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another video where today join us at Teamsport Leicester. We're here for a heavyweight grid series round. I think it's like round 4 or 5, but obviously I'm joining it halfway just for some good racing. So I enjoyed the Bikc locals for the heavyweights. It's probably one of the best team sport nights I've had. So we're here again to try and replicate that, try and get some good racing in, hopefully a good video. But we'll see how it goes. So the format for tonight is a one-shot quali, duels one-shot quali. So you partner it up with someone, and if you beat them, you go through to the next stage qualifying, being partnered up with someone else, so on and so forth. So yeah, one-shot quali is going to be interesting. Then yeah, so heat 1 is going to be 15-minute race with qualifying positions, and heat 2 is going to be a 20-minute race with the finishing positions from heat 1. So a good format, which Bikc should have used, apart from the qualifying. So yeah, hopefully should be a good one. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, just hope some good racing, and I'll see you out for qualifying.
So, like I said in the intro, it's going to be a duels qualifying, which means you're partnered up with someone, and if you beat their time, you advance through to the next stage, so on and so forth. So, because it's a one-shot qualifying as well, the car is going to be very cold. But let's get to my first lap and let's see how I do. Unfortunately made a few mistakes there, as I'm not really used to having a cold car in a qualifying, but we're coming with a 39-second time. Have a look at the graph then to see who we're replaced with if we beat them, and we're replaced with Tom, who unfortunately does hit me by 0.02 of a second. So unfortunately we don't advance, and we are starting at the back of the grid again, P11 at 15 for heat 1. So hopefully we can make a comeback, but let's see how we get on in heat 1. And here we go then, a 15-minute race then to start off heat 1. We're starting in 11th position out of this one, and as we know, Leicester is a very infamous track to overtake on, so we got to try and get these moves quickly done. As the lights go out then, we've got to give our car a little bit of a push to try and get as much momentum as we can. Get on the inside of Carroll then, we're also going to get on the inside of these carts as well, as we're going to take advantage there with a bit of the bumping at the first hairpin, so we managed to make up 2 positions. Kart 15 then is going to try and move on Tom at the second hairpin, but it doesn't quite get it done. But it also means he leaves the inside door open then as I push Tom in front and also create a little bit of a train to get past. So we actually managed to move up 3 positions in the first half of the first lap, which is exactly what we like to do. As I said, Leicester is a horrible track to overtake on, but it can be done with if your car is in the right place. But we have got Tom in front of us then, who we were partnered up with in that first part of the one-shot qualifying. Did manage to out-qualify as he tries a move there on that car. There's another car that's span, so we are going to move up 2 positions on that one. Like I say, you've got to take advantage of everyone's mistakes where you can, as a slight yellow happens there. As we skip on forward to lap 8, Tom is going to try and move on his car as well, as it didn't look very pretty, but he does get it done. Tries to push himself forward. Oh no, yeah, we do manage to get another position done then because of Tom. Like I say, you just got to take advantage of these things. You can't, as soon as that visor goes down on track, you cannot make any friends. And you've got to do the moves where, you know, where they are. As you can see me there trying to push myself up the ramp, trying to get as much momentum as I can to try and keep up with Tom. As we skip to lap 9 then, so we get a good momentum coming up the ramp. We see a little gap, but it wasn't quite open enough. We weren't quite alongside enough to get that one done. Skipping forward then to lap 13, we'll get to the first hairpin. Tom is going to get a little bit wide then. That's actually going to make us have a better run coming to the second hairpin. As I can see, he turns in really early for that second hairpin, so he's defending really hard. We do take note of that, as this is pretty much what we're going to be doing, or that's what we've done for the last few laps. Taking note of what Tom's doing, see if we can try and exploit a move somewhere. We've come through to lap 14, we're right behind the Kart 7 now, as he goes really defensive once again going into the first hairpin. We're taking note of what he's doing and how he's doing it, and once he comes to the second hairpin, he does turn in really early to, I'd say, just to try and defend that position as much as he can. Coming up to the penultimate lap, then we're coming up the ramp, we're going to get also good momentum, but he really defends that up before the corner at the top ramp, so we just cannot get past. We've come through to the last set of corners, the last lap board has come out, and Tom knows I'm going to try and do a move, so go for the first hairpin then. But he weirdly enough defends here, which actually allows me to get a good run coming up to the second hairpin. My Kart is alongside enough, but once again he turns in really early. And, well, personally I believe he spat himself out, but if we slow it down, I want you lot to comment what you think about this. So we're coming up to the second hairpin, and he obviously compromises his run coming up to it, and I say, my Kart's there. He just sort of turns in really early, which spins him round. I say, I made the move and it was stuck. No penalties applied as we do finish in 4th position on track, as you can see then by the apps results. But as you can see here, after the night, there was a penalty given to Yanis in 3rd, a 10-second penalty. So that does promote us up into 3rd position for Heat 1, which I'll happily take. From 11th to 3rd, they don't call me the comeback king for no reason, but it does mean we're starting in 4th for Heat 2. So let's get to Heat 2 and let's see if we can get onto them podium positions. But before we start Heat 2, you'll notice I'm in Kart 12, which is the same car I got on qualifying. And when I try and heat up the tyres a little bit, I noticed turning left felt very light compared to turning right. So I wasn't really happy with the equipment that I've been given with. But unfortunately, we've just got to do what we can with the tools provided. So Heat 2 then, we're starting in 4th position on the outside as the lights come on. Will we get a good start? Lights go out and away we go. Give the car as much as a push as we can. We do sort of get to the side of Yanis here, but we are going to play it safe considering we're on the outside, and we are going to concede to stay in 4th. Tom then on the left hand side tries to shove his car there, but it doesn't quite get the move done, and Kevin there goes for a massive dive bomb, which unfortunately tags me in it as well, which loses us time to the top 3 ahead. And here I am just trying to get used to this turning left, because it is just really light. There's no response to it. It feels really odd, but turning right is absolutely fine. Turning left is just absolutely awful. So that might explain why I got a bit of a dodgy lap in qualifying as well. But like I say, we just got to work what we've got with. So coming into lap 2 then, there's quite a bit of time then to Jonathan, Phillip and Yanis ahead. But coming into lap 4 then, like I say, I'm trying to look around the car to see if it's got a puncture, just to try and sort of explain why it's not turning left as like the other karts are. But we are going to skip to lap 11 here, 3rd way round the race, and you see we've actually made up a lot of time on the top 3, as Phillip looks like he's going to go for a move on Jonathan, goes around the inside down this top section. Jonathan's going to have the inside move coming in just before the down ramp, which unfortunately puts Phillip in the wall and allows Yanis and myself through. So that is now us up into podium positions after starting outside of the top 10. But of course the race is not over yet. We're skipping to lap 16 here. Yanis looks like he's going to go for a move and Jonathan doesn't quite get a good exit out of the banked corner, but it also means he's going to leave the door open at the top section, which allows me to go right through as I shut the door there just before the down ramp, giving him just enough room to try and get his car there, but obviously it's not enough for him to get the position back. So that is now us up into 2nd position, and at the minute I'm absolutely static after starting from so low down. And we've also caught up to Jonathan ahead as he's in Kart 5, and that is the car that we had in the last race, so he wasn't really gelling with it as well as he wanted to, and a couple of the other people in the 3 for 2 that was on the session before this didn't like Kart 5 either. But as we come up to the top ramp then, he's going to leave the door open. I'm going to go for it, but don't quite get the move done with it slightly into first there. But give Jonathan the room, as I feel like I wasn't alongside enough. Coming down the down ramp then, I'm going to be on the outside, and it's because he can't turn left. I don't get the position, but we are going to watch the replay on this, because after watching it back, I feel like I didn't actually have to give that position back. As you can see here, just before turning, my car is more than alongside enough to own the corner. So give the room, but don't give the position back. I say, watching back, I just feel like I could have took the position. I felt like where my car was, it was more than alongside enough for me to say take the position. As Jonathan turned in a bit too early, obviously a bit unexpected me being there, which pushed him into the wall. But at the time, I just felt like I just wasn't alongside enough, which is why I gave it back. But let me know in the comments what you think as we skip on then to the last lap. We've got Yanis right behind us, we've got Jonathan ahead. At this point, honestly, I'm thinking I don't want to go for a move. I'm very happy with second place after starting from the top 10. We've made up 10 positions in the whole night, and you know what, I'm more than happy with that. As we come round the last set of corners, look behind, no one's there. As you can tell, I am very happy with that one. Go through the finish line then at the checkered flag as we come and see the official results. Second position then with Jonathan ahead and Yanis behind. And if you are interested, there are the overall positions for the night. So P2 overall for tonight, Jonathan in P1, and special shout out to Kevin as well. He didn't even qualify because he was late, but managed to get up into P5 in the race. So let's go for the debrief.
And there we go then, YouTube. So qualifying didn't go quite as well as I'd have liked. 11th out of 15th. Yeah, one shot. I'm just not used to one shot. Don't come to the track enough, so obviously didn't quite get the position I wanted. But come heat 1, I went from 11th up into 4th. Took advantage of quite a few incidents on track. Forward move off 4th, which is a bit 50-50. Kart was alongside. You'll have to comment on that one if you think it's good or not. Obviously I didn't get a penalty for it, so you know, in the official eyes it was a good move. Like I say, it's like I was alongside, but you just sort of turned in just to try and defend that position a bit too hard. Obviously I was there and probably spinning around. So yeah, so 11th to 4th, really happy with that one. In heat 2 we got Kart 12, which is what I got quali, and it sort of explains a little bit why I didn't qualify as well as I wanted, because turning left just felt really light. Best way to describe it. So I don't know if it's had a puncture on the right hand side, just not allowing the kart to go around. But yeah, Philip made a move on Jonathan in first, or going for first, and he lost 3 positions because of that. So took advantage of that, going up to 3rd, and then made a move on Yanis up at the top for second. Tried a move on Jonathan for first, just didn't quite pull it off as well as I wanted to, and yeah, had to get him by. It's sort of similar to the heat 1 overtake at the last lap. But yeah, just didn't quite pull it off as well as I wanted to. Just turned it a bit too early. Obviously Jonathan defends really well, we know that around here. Yeah, just couldn't quite get it done, so I let him side by side, but then coming down the down ramp, say Kart turning left, just felt really light, so just couldn't quite get the move done. But yeah, I'm happy with second, to be honest, from 11th to 2nd overall. Yeah, I can't really moan about that one. Finished higher than I did in the Bikc locals, so I mean, I had a Bikc national finalist Kevin behind me, so I'm actually beating Kevin for the first time. So yeah, good to say Bikc worthy. But yeah, enough about that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this one. Another great comeback drive. Apparently that's my speciality, is coming back from qualifying bad, then coming back to the field. Yeah, thank you very much for watching YouTube. I'll see you in the next one, which is going to be at Alton Park in the Yaris. But you won't be seeing the Yaris, you'll see another car, so it's going to be a very special video for that one. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.